Gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
It's Krishanti, and I'm going to talk about soulmates. Now, I have a different point of view about soulmates than a lot of people, and that is this. There is not one and only one soulmate for you to connect with in this lifetime. Soulmates manifest in many different forms and in many different ways. And a soulmate to me is not just that person you're going to marry and spend the rest of your life with in blissful harmony. A soulmate can manifest as a parent, as a child, as your siblings, friends, teachers, and yes, romantic partners. Anybody who plays a powerful role in your life is a soulmate. And to that end, a soulmate is not always necessarily the most wonderful person in your life. A soulmate can be somebody that forces you to grow, that provides challenges for you that you have to go through, that then help you to evolve your soul and to learn and become a more understanding, kinder, wiser, better overall person. So soulmates can be trigger people that create difficult events that you have to go through. Now, on the romantic end, everybody loves to talk about soulmates as it pertains to relationships. And the worst thing you can think is that there is only one soulmate, and if you miss the boat, you're screwed, and that's that. There are over 6 billion people on the planet right now, and this time in history is the best time that there has ever been on planet Earth to meet people, to meet soulmates, to meet romantic partners that you have connections with on a deep soulful level. Because never before have we been able to travel across continents and across the globe in a matter of hours. You know, always in the past, it was like you're stuck in your village and you can marry that guy or that girl or this person or that person, and that's that. Now we have so much choice and so many opportunities. And You know, you can have soulmates for different parts of your life. You can have a soulmate romantic connection with someone through your early formative years. And then maybe you don't get married and you go on separate ways. And then you can meet a soulmate that you do get married to and raise your children with. Maybe you can have a new soulmate come in during your twilight years to spend the rest of your life with. So instead of thinking in a scarcity kind of mindset, think about opportunities and how many wonderful people there are here right now that could potentially be your soulmate on a romantic level. If you like this video, please subscribe.
So I'm going to dead it from the very beginning. I'm going to squash it from the very beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the VOR, Voice of Reason, live from the heart of Leimert Park, Africa Town. Y'all know what we do over here. We keep the conversation cooking. So I got to dead it. Remember, throughout this whole experiment of the Voice of Reason, we've been talking about how a lot of the popular ideas about relationships are designed and or geared for the perfect scenario or answer or situation or person to come into your life. And I have been a staunch advocate by saying, no. You become what you want, right? You desire a particular thing, you have to become the thing you desire in order to magnetize it into your life, in order to draw it in. So you hear a lot of people talking about soulmates. Soulmates come to teach you. All relationships teach you. Okay? Let's just cut to the chase. So if we're going to use the logic that a soulmate is something special and they may come in and revolutionize the way you think, all relationships are supposed to do that. We talked about it yesterday when we covered a little bit about, or earlier this week when we talked about stepping stones versus cornerstones, right? So now we're going to tackle, you understand? Now we're going to tackle soulmates. That's what we're going to do. We're going to tackle soulmates. Nobody's coming to save you from you. I'm here to tell you, the real soulmate, listen, is your relationship with yourself. If you can't be your own soulmate, see, y'all didn't know I was coming with this, did you? See, again, you have to embrace every aspect of yourself. Every part, the part that you don't like, the part you'd like to change, the part you'd like to discard. Listen, if you're still throwing away pieces of yourself, how in God's green earth are you going to attract somebody that's going to answer all the questions, that's going to fill all the holes, that's going to seal up all the gaps? No, that's your job. That's an inside job. So guess what? Your soul needs to be nurtured and cared for and loved on, right? Watch this. Your soul and your shadow have to be nurtured and cared for and appreciated and developed, right? Remember what we said earlier this year? We said, guess what? The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. Many of us have a very impoverished relationship with ourselves, while at the same time Disneyfying, yes, Disneyfying, the Disneyfication of relationships has run amok because we still point outward. The soulmate's going to come in. When the saints come marching in. No, when the soulmates come marching in. That's not how this works. You have to be your own soulmate. Now, somebody's going to call in and disagree, and I want you to. Call me, 1-800-920-1580. This is a non-judgmental space. I allow, listen, this open space for everybody to express their thoughts and ideas. No judgments. I don't necessarily have to agree, and I may or may not respond, but again, non-judgmental space. But listen, becoming your own soulmate, embracing the whole you, spirit, mind, body, as well as shadow, embracing it, loving it, nurturing it, right? This is how you become your own soulmate. Now, when you start to reach this level of relationship with yourself, imagine what type of person you're going to draw in. Many of you still do what your parental critic tells you to do. Listen, there is according to Colin Tippin, the author of the book Radical Self-Forgiveness, he says there's 3 judges inside of our psyche. There's the parental judge, right? Then there's you as a judge. And then there's the inner child. As long as you're doing what the adult judge in you is telling you to do, as long as you are subject to the criticism of the parental judge that is within you, it's going to be very difficult to cultivate a soulmate relationship with yourself. Listen, do me a favor. Talk to anybody. Just go talk to anybody. Get on the internet, right? Get on YouTube. Look up any video on YouTube. Listen to the clips I'm going to play. They're all talking about how somebody going to come in. Nobody can come in and listen, meme time. Somebody meme it. Somebody meme it. I'm about to say it. Somebody meme it. I want to see it on Instagram. No one can come in and correct what's within. Did you hear that? Right? No one can come in and correct what's within. Whatever is within your spiritual jurisdiction, and it is your job to correct that. It is your curriculum, your spiritual curriculum. You want an amazing relationship with somebody? You want a fulfilling relationship with somebody? You've got to have one with yourself. Tonight's topic, oh Lord, can you and your soulmate, quote unquote, turn each other into cellmates? On the Voice of Reason. Trust me, I got a lot to talk about. Let's do it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability that is directly impacting your ability to work, resources are available to help you find employment. VA's Veteran Readiness and Employment, or VR&E, can assist you with finding a job that uses your existing skills. Or, if you're interested in exploring a new field, a VR&E counselor can help you determine the right education or training options for a new career. Find out if VR&E is right for you by visiting va.gov/VRE today.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. Benefitscheckup.org.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday. But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at v.org.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Is your eyesight changing?
I can't read this anymore.
Don't lose hope. People just like you are working every day using Braille, screen magnification, speech technology, and other tools and blindness skills. Your eyesight may have changed, but your goals, they don't have to. We can help. Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
And everything is going wrong, oh no. Nobody knows the way you feel about it, 'cause only you know. You can't leave it alone. Oh, here we go again. Oh, here we go again. I thought what we had was over. Here we go again. Ooh, oh, here we go again.
Are they a twin flame or a soulmate? A twin flame is someone who mirrors you in every way possible. A twin flame is a deep connection that allows you to evolve, grow, and learn from each other. And they don't necessarily have to be romantic. A soulmate is your perfect fit in every way. You have a deep spiritual and loving connection. In other words, you're a perfect partner. The difference is twin flame relationships can be more difficult because you two are so alike. And soulmates always involves a romantic component of your relationship. With your twin flame, you don't always need to use words to communicate. It's almost as if you know what each other is thinking. Whereas with a soulmate, communication may be more difficult. While there are similarities between twin flames and soulmates, they're not exactly the same. However, they're both meaningful in their own separate way.
Malarkey. Straight up malarkey. Yes, I know. I want you guys to be critical. You basically described the same thing when trying to differentiate two different things. A twin flame is this, they mirror you. They're psychic. They can read your mind. A soulmate is a perfect connection. Like what? Okay. I want you guys to be critical of what's being put out there. People don't really know. What I do know is a lot of people have a very poor relationship with themselves while idealizing, fantasizing, and aggrandizing this person that God gonna drop off to you like the stork. Tonight's topic, can you and your soulmate turn each other into cellmates? A deeper look at the crucial work that needs to be done in order to cultivate healthy relationships. Listen to me now. How do unresolved traumas from your past affect your communication with your quote-unquote soulmate? They mirror you in every way. Well, no, twin flames do that. Like, what is the standard definition that differentiates the two? Do you understand? Have you ever felt like your soulmate misunderstood your intentions due to miscommunication? Well, if they're your soulmate, how is that even possible? One definition says they can read your mind. They say twin flames are karmic relationships. They teach you something. Every relationship teaches you something if you're paying attention. That is the design of relationship itself. Relationship is a mirror, a highly reflective mirror, where the biofeedback you get from your partner typically is a mirror of something going on in you. See, we want to create these little terms and make it seem like we got something special. I'm trying to tell you, every opportunity presented to you to relate can be special if you're looking for how you show up. Can unrealistic expectations lead to disappointment and resentment in your soulmate relationship? Sounds like that happens in every relationship. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines, 100. I want to talk to y'all. I want to talk to y'all tonight to hear your thoughts about it. What are some specific examples of unrealistic expectations for you, or that you have for yourself, and that you have for your soulmate? Like unrealistic expectations. Okay. How does one-sided transactionalism manifest in your soulmate relationship dynamic? Is that even possible if they're a soulmate? How are you going to be in a one-sided relationship with a soulmate? Is it possible? I don't know. These are questions that I fielded from people that, wanted to chime in the conversation. Let's get it done. Have you ever felt like you were giving more than receiving in your soulmate relationship? Is that possible? How do you handle conflicts arising from the lack of mutual reciprocity in a soulmate or twin flame relationship? Listen, every relationship is talking to your soul, right? I've said this on numerous shows. Please get it right. The person that comes in your life is equivalent to a spiritual, psychological, traumatic, familial question. They are asking you a question about you. That's why they're in your life. There's a familiarity that you sense in them. Like, something about this person. There's a connection here, right? Again, they represent a question to an answer you carry in your spirit. An answer you've carried in your spirit this whole time. No, they're not here to correct you. You're here to correct you. They're not here to fix you. You're here to fix you. I know I'm crushing people's soulmate dreams. Listen to me now. How do past relationship experiences influence your current interaction with your soulmate? If you're with your soulmate, should your past... Okay. It shouldn't, but it does. And why? It does because we don't do the work. It does because the soulmate coming into our lives represents an end to all the mess we went through with all the stepping stone relationships. But in actuality, the soulmate might represent the final exam. See, a lot of people think they're supposed to get what they desire just because they desire it. Sometimes, listen to what, let me tell you something. We're used to commerce and commercialism and capitalism in America, but we're not used to it in spirituality. But there's a cost for everything. You think just because you don't spend $1, right, to get what you want out of the relationship, that's the only way to spend. That's the only way to purchase what you need. Sometimes the stepping stone relationships is the price you pay in order to develop to the point where you can become what you want, so you can magnetize what you want into your life in the form of a relationship. Sometimes you got to go through those little ones, those hiccups, those bumps in the road, those relationships that just ended. Somebody ghosted you, somebody lied, somebody betrayed you, somebody did whatever. Sometimes the stepping stone relationship is actually the stair step relationship that causes you to spiritually evolve and or escalate. The only way you can do that, self-awareness, self-observation without judgment. That's the only way you could do it. Are there any recurring arguments or disagreements in your relationships that could be related to unmet expectations that you and your soulmate, which just sounds crazy to me, haven't given to each other? I'm very interested to see what people have to say tonight. Can you and your soulmate turn each other in to cellmates? We just here, locked down, locked into this connection we can't seem to break. Oh, Lord. Are y'all ready? 1-800-920-1580. Let me get to these callers. Daryl from Los Angeles, L.A., the first on the board. Man, you brought the great city of Los Angeles in the building. Talk to me.
I had to. What your other boys say, what we not going to do is leave L.A. out of the loop?
What we not going to do is leave L.A. out the loop. We not going to do that. Talk to me, man.
But, okay, let me just co-sign on what you school is in tonight, okay? School is in tonight. I hope people are really digesting what you're saying. And in terms of the clips that you play and the contrast that you give in those clips, because you can get lost in the maze of bullcrap that you're getting fed. If you're not sensitive to what you're talking about, being real with yourself.
Wait, Daryl, wait.
Yeah.
I ain't heard from you in a while. And, I got to hold on to you for a second. We got to move forward, but when we come forward, we coming right back to you because I feel like you ready to cook. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it.
And you decide to go it alone. Oh, no. It never pays to give up on someone when on the inside the feeling is strong. Oh, here we go again.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. House Republicans held their first meeting in their impeachment investigation of President Biden. Republicans are looking into whether the president improperly profited off of his son Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings while vice president. The Biden administration has denied that claim. Meantime, President Biden is calling out Donald Trump as a threat to democracy. In a speech honoring the late Senator John McCain in Arizona, Biden said the former president is not guided by the Constitution, but by vengeance and vindictiveness. He warned that the so-called MAGA movement doesn't share the basic beliefs of democracy, which he says is at risk. And travelers are keeping an eye on how a looming federal government shutdown could affect flights. Congress has until Saturday to reach a deal to avoid the shutdown. And that's the latest. I'm Esther Dillard from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2023.
We boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation.
In August 2020, after the death of George Floyd, Bridget Floyd and other family members established the George Floyd Memorial Foundation in support of the Black community.
It's going to take more than just us as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to make a change.
Fight for racial justice for the Black community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability that is directly impacting your ability to work, resources are available to help you find employment. VA's Veteran Readiness and Employment, or VR&E, can assist you with finding a job that uses your existing skills. Or, if you're interested in exploring a new field, a VR&E counselor can help you determine the right education or training options for a new career. Find out if VR&E is right for you by visiting va.gov/VRE today.
1 in 4 Americans today are living with a disability. I'm one of them. People with disabilities are extremely talented, resilient problem solvers that have so much to offer. And we've got a trusted ally on our side, an organization we can rely on, Easter Seals. Easter Seals is leading the way to full equity, inclusion, and access to healthcare, employment, and education for people with disabilities, families, and communities. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours.
Learn more and get involved at easterseals.com.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen. I'll call so. Looking at, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy. Plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. Oh, so I figured I'd call in early. Turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah. Voice of Realist, the show. Yeah, yeah. Voice of Realist, the show. So just lay back in my hands. Someday, everybody tuning in to soul. Cause he is the voice of reason, yeah.
In any relationship in which two people agree on everything, one of them is unnecessary. All right? So it isn't about getting somebody who's just like you. In fact, your soulmate is the person that you have a lot of difficulty with. Your soulmate's the person you can't get rid of. They just keep showing up. You say this, they say that, and there they are, they're back again. And they never go away. They keep showing up in your life. And everybody has these people. These are our greatest teachers, because anybody in your life who can push a button and send you into a frenzy is the person who's your greatest teacher. You know why? Because they teach you that you haven't mastered yourself at this moment. You don't know how to choose peace. In A Course in Miracles, there's a wonderful line that says, I can choose peace rather than this. Whatever it is, I can choose.
Hey, man, I love Wayne Dyer. You heard what he said. That soulmate gonna push you. But I push back against the great Wayne Dyer just a little bit. Everybody's gonna push you. Even the superficial relationships, is just the pushing is a little bit more subtle. Right? Even in insignificant relationships still mirror. I know. But I love what he said about soulmates. He said, if two people in a relationship agree on everything, one person is unnecessary. Hey, I'm with that. So many people have a negative view of discord in relationships. Sometimes you got to have it in order to get what you need. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it that way, but that's what it is. I want to get Daryl back in here. Daryl from Los Angeles, talk to us.
Okay, let's pick up where Mr. Wayne left off. Yeah, he never met my ex-wife. In terms of pushing buttons, come on, man, that's a misnomer right there. But at any rate, what you're talking about is so important, dude. I hope people digest in this one. The greatest references I have for what you're talking about tonight is Whitney Houston's song, Greatest Love is Inside of Me, and Mr. Les Brown. Back in 88 or 87, I had heard Les Brown for the first time. And he had said something, he had spoke of this ancient African proverb, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. I believe a soulmate, quote-unquote soulmate, is more or less a person that's on the same level of self-discovery as the other. And I think you guys are just clicking. But that don't mean that you need to run off and get married. There's no reason for us to have a 50% divorce rate. That's insane. But it's been consistent for 60 years. I just wanted to say that those references, that people within the sound of my voice need some confirmation. Just listen to Whitney Houston sing that song. She wasn't the first to sing it, but hers was the most impactful for me. As far as right now, I'll be 60 years old on May 29th next year.
Come on, Gemini. Let's go, Geminis.
Yes, sir. That's why we click, though. That's why we click, man. You and Andy. I don't know where Andy is, but that dude, man, y'all perfect wingman. But what I was going to say is I'm just now putting this together. I'm living the time of my life right now. I was married for 20 years. I'm a veteran. that divorce was so vicious, I ain't looking to do that right away. But I still believe in marriage. I still believe that two people can come together and, grow together. Because I believe if you're not growing together, you're growing apart. There is no in-between on that. It's just not. But that said, if you're on that same path of self-discovery and you can complement each other in, certain ways and all of that, and, yeah, you're going to come into some conflict. But it doesn't have to be so vicious and, vulgar. If you can make it through the rough patches and, you can coexist for a while. But if it turns to marriage, then so be it.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, Daryl. You brought L.A. in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the routine. Call us right now. I love the way Wayne Dyer put this. He said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer, life is a mirror. How you treat people, listen, how people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. This is the mirror effect. When you judge another, you do not define them, you define yourself. This is the mirror. The highest form of ignorance is when you reject something you don't know anything about. Listen to me now. Listen, Wayne Dyer is cold. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. Can I say it one more time? You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. The most important relationship there is, the one with you. And if that relationship is spiritually impoverished, all external relationships will be too. The relationship with your family, the relationship with your children, the relationship at work, everything will fall if your relationship with yourself isn't a loving one. Andy?
I'm curious to know, for those who grew up with siblings, as opposed to maybe somebody who was the only child, does that provide like challenges for them, maybe loving themselves as individuals or, working on themselves?
Well, you're going back to attachment style. Only children, the only child, of course, they have their own little issues because it's all about them, me, myself, and I, kind of, I was by myself and I got all the attention, right? But I will say the attachment style, the caregiver, who raised them, under what circumstances, under what conditions, did they have money, were they educated, and was the person healed that was raising the child? Typically, most people are not healed. Typically, everybody is a work in progress. It's rare to find somebody that's got a clean slate. So, whatever that person picked up, you'll see it manifest in the relationship. This is the mirror of relationship. This is why the logic around soulmates is a little off, because nobody's going to come in and be like, oh, they fit like an isotoner glove. No. Relationships get easier when you start getting some self-wins. When you start winning, self-wins. Oh, okay, I done fixed the way I communicate. I see how I communicate. Oh, self-wins. Oh, I see how I am reactive. Oh, I see how I'm, my communication style is a little blunt and disrespectful. I don't read the room. When you start learning how you show up and you start getting some self-wins, relationships start getting easier. Oh, y'all didn't know that. 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, I'm going to Oakland. I got to talk to Sean.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, can potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look, and unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at the gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
Extreme heat can make you very sick and can be deadly. For Californians 65 and over, it's important to have a plan. Ask your healthcare provider if your medications affect your ability to cool down. Know the signs of heat illness and stroke, as well as the location of your nearest cooling center or air-conditioned space. And if you have loved ones over 65, be sure to check in on them on hot days. Learn how to stay safer from extreme heat at heatreadyca.com. Brought to you by the state of California.
Escalade IQ. This the intro to the all-electric Cadillac perfected like Zoom. And on a full charge, you get 450 miles without the stop. Haiku. This is what I do. Daddy fat intellect since 92. Linked all the way back, panoramic roof. Come with 24-inch rim standard. Ooh, why? Shawty don't kill him. Cadillac diamond in the back, cold chillin'. And when I'm on attack, on the track is no ceiling. Sky's the limit. You hear me? You hear me? Straight drop, no parachutes. Lay lines like a longitude and latitude. Feel it, beloved, clearly we're hustling. Bussin', truckin'. Cadillac, Cadillac, Cadillac.
For more on the Escalade IQ, visit catblack.com.
Available late 2024. GM estimate 450-mile range. On a full charge based on development testing and/or analytical projection. Consistent with NCHA 1634 revision 2017 MCT. Range subject to change prior to production. Annual rates may vary based on service factors, including ambience temperature, terrain, battery age, and condition loading, and how you use and maintain your vehicle.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. My playlist is my co-host. Don't let Curtis Mayfield come in here and soothe it out for you. I'm here to talk about soulmates and cellmates. If you haven't picked up already, we're already cellmates. We're in prison to trauma. We're in prison to unresolved childhood trauma. We're in prison to our communication style. We're in prison to the way we were raised. We're in prison. We are cellmates in the patterns we modeled. We start off as cellmates. Your soulmate can't turn you into a cellmate. Your soulmate comes in, right, mirroring your soul, mirroring the work you've done. They come into your life as a question to an answer only you can answer. And this is how you start to shed, right? Those they say the county blues or orange, the orange jumpsuit. This is how you begin to unlock the patterns that were laid on you as you were growing up. Our guy who wrote The Biology of Belief, I forgot his name, Bill Lipton, I think. Bill Lipton, author of The Biology of Belief. He says pretty much our personalities, our sense of self, everything is already well formed and developed by age 7. 95% of who we are already developed by age 7. We are already a prisoner to the known. Soulmate comes into your life and challenges your ordinary, as Joseph Campbell speaks of, right? The hero's journey. I call it the relationship hero's journey. So what you got to do is you got to walk away from what you know. But many people refuse to do that because even if what I know has been toxic, it's still my Linus blanket. I know people don't want to hear it that way tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason on KBLA Talk 1580. We turned up tonight, man. This is a great topic. Are you and your soulmate turning each other into cellmates? I doubt it. You were a prisoner when you got here. Man, you was who you was when you got here. I'm telling you, Jay-Z, quote him. Let me get my brother in here, Sean from Oakland, California. Sean, get in here.
Hey, brother, I believe the children are our future. Hey, you know why I'm saying this, right? Because twin flames, as a new word for soulmates, that's beautiful. When I love our young folks. I have young folks as a dad and all that, but that to me is cool as heck. You know, I got to watch my words here. But I'm telling you, twin flames, yeah, that's cool. That is really cool. Is it realistic? It's the same thing as soulmate, which is, unrealistic. So I have to, I don't want to be a downer on it, but it is amazing that these kids today took that statement and put it there. I'm so proud of them, and I'm very optimistic, by the way. But, apathy, and cynicism leads to false equivalencies. And the false equivalency that we're talking about here are, the fact of soulmates or twin flames and successful relationships. Look, successful relationships, even though I'm lucky to be in one, there's no perfect answer. I can't tell people how to do it. I was lucky in a lot of ways. It's like poker sometimes, You have the best hand, and then some dude beats you on the river, or some woman beats you on the river. You've got to be, cognizant of that it is always, like you say, a work in progress. Mm-hmm. That I love. And that we all have wounds. So if you're sensitive to everyone else's wounds and you do your best to respect those, I think that goes a long way with all of this twin flames and soulmates.
100%, Sean. We appreciate you, brother. Always on point, always out of Oakland, always cooking. Sean from Oakland, California, thanks, man, you did your thing. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. In the journey of love and partnerships, our past relationships wield a profound influence. Unresolved traumas, whether they stem from childhood or past relationships, often form the lens through which we perceive and react to our soulmates. These unhealed wounds can inadvertently color our communication, causing us to project our fears, insecurities, and unmet needs onto our partners. The result? Miscommunication becomes a familiar visitor. One that often festers into misunderstandings and emotional distance. Miscommunication can manifest in various ways. It may be the failure to articulate, one's feelings or one's needs clearly, leading to assumptions and misinterpretations. Sometimes it's the inability to listen empathetically to truly understand our soulmate, quote unquote, perspective. Such instances breed frustration and a sense of disconnection, making it seem as though the walls of a prison cell are closing in. Unrealistic expectations are another potential pitfall. When we idealize our partner or demand they fulfill all our needs, we set ourselves up for disappointment and resentment. These expectations can range from anticipating constant romance to anticipating or expecting our soulmate to intuitively understand our every desire. Specific examples might include believing our partner should always know how to comfort us without being told, or that they should prioritize our needs over everything else in their universe, which might be unfair. Mutual reciprocity, right? Listen to that. Mutual reciprocity, mutual compassion, mutual empathy, mutual understanding, right? Mutual acceptance, right, is the key to preventing such imbalances. It's not about keeping score, but about ensuring that both parties feel valued and heard and seen and cared for in equal measure. Right? When conflict arises from a lack of reciprocity, open dialogue is definitely essential. We should discuss together our needs, our boundaries, our expectations. We should be open enough to say, hey, you know what? Does this feel unrealistic to you as an expectation? And if your partner says yes, based on who I am and where I am currently in my personal development, I don't know if I could meet that. We should have these types of discussions and dialogues. But we want to fantasize about somebody coming in and being the answer, when in fact, you, myself, we have always been our own answer. Our soulmate cannot heal our relationship, our broken relationship with ourselves. I need you to understand that. It is not our soulmate's responsibility to rehab the broken relationship we have with ourselves. It is up to us to see where we beat ourselves up, where we limit ourselves, where we break ourselves down. You'll see it, because you'll see it in the treatment that others give you, that you allow. When I come forward, hour number 2, fire, let's go.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. House Republicans held their first meeting in their